Once upon a time, when I was in school, we got a new teacher who seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary at first. His name was Mr. Smith, and he had a calm and composed demeanor. However, as the weeks went by, I started noticing strange things about him that sent chills down my spine. It all started when I noticed that Mr. Smith never seemed to blink. No matter how long he stood in front of the class, his eyes remained wide open, staring intently at us with an unnerving intensity. It was as if he was trying to see through our very souls. And whenever he caught me glancing at him, a slight smile would creep across his face, sending shivers down my spine. But the eerie behavior didn't end there. One day, during recess, I happened to pass by an empty classroom and saw Mr. Smith inside. Curiosity got the better of me, and I peeked through the window. What I saw left me speechless. The walls were covered in strange symbols and writings that I couldn't decipher. The room felt heavy with an invisible presence, and I quickly hurried away, trying to forget what I had seen. As the days turned into weeks, some of my classmates started behaving strangely. They became withdrawn, pale, and seemed perpetually exhausted. Rumors began to circulate that Mr. Smith was using dark magic to control and drain the energy of his students. Some even claimed to have seen him performing rituals late at night in the school basement. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was terribly wrong, so I decided to investigate further. Late one evening, armed with a flashlight and a camera, I sneaked into the school and made my way to the basement. The air was thick with the scent of dampness and decay. As I descended the creaking staircase, I heard faint whispers and muffled cries echoing through the darkness. Finally, I reached the door to the basement, which was slightly ajar. I mustered all my courage and pushed it open. What I saw will forever be etched in my memory. Mr. Smith stood at the center of a pentagram, surrounded by candles and strange artifacts. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and his voice echoed with a sinister power as he chanted incantations in a language I couldn't comprehend. Frozen with fear, I managed to take a few photos before accidentally knocking over a stack of books. The noise alerted Mr. Smith, and he turned his gaze towards me. His eyes widened, and a dark fury ignited within them. With a single gesture, he sent me flying backward, my body crashing into the wall with a sickening thud. The next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital, surrounded by worried faces. They told me that I had been found unconscious in the school basement, and that Mr. Smith had vanished without a trace. The authorities launched an investigation, but no evidence was ever found to prove his involvement in anything unnatural. To this day, I can't help but wonder what dark powers Mr. Smith possessed, and what would have happened if I hadn't stumbled upon his secret. The memory of his chilling gaze and the feeling of impending doom still haunts me,